Hello, collective. Welcome and welcome back. We're going to get into another collective reading to see what you guys need to know. Okay. What you do need to know, though, is it is after dark. It gets dark so early. So we're going to get into this reading regardless and see what messages come out for you guys, okay? Thank you guys so much for your support. I really appreciate it. Be sure to like and subscribe to continue to catch the vibe and use your intuition, my loves. Don't bring anything into your life that does not belong, okay? It's not a big thing, over here with me. We just talk about the things that we need to talk about. Whatever comes out, that's what comes out. So if it doesn't apply, y'all know what to do. Let it fly, okay? Let it blow past you like a Kroger bag in the wind. If you want to book a personal reading right now, I have a sale going on, 20% off. Hey, beep, 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 beep. Who got the keys to my Jeep? Isn't that a song? Anyway, personal readings, 20% off. The code is going to be in the description box below. This is a great time to catch a reading if you've been wanting one. Leave me a comment. Let me know if it resonates, you guys. Like the video, all that good stuff. Let's get into it for the collective. Guardian angels, archangels, spirit guides, and ancestors of the highest vibration, Father, Mother, God. What does the collective need to know most importantly at this time? The last few readings I did took me out, child. I went to sleep for a week. I'm just playing. What does the collective need to know, spirit? Ooh, man holding a heart. So, some of you masculine energy individuals, whoa. Did y'all see the light change? My light just got brighter. Some of you, okay. Some of you masculine individuals, men or masculines, are opening up your heart. Okay. This is a situation where I feel like you guys are getting more in touch with that soft, gentle, nurturing side of yourself. I don't want to say necessarily feminine because it doesn't feel feminine. It feels masculine. But it feels like you're getting in touch with your emotions. You're getting in touch with your feelings. Or this could be a masculine around you, a man around you. Okay, who's wearing their heart on their sleeve or maybe their pants leg. Somebody who's in touch with their feelings. All right. 45 is the number on the card. And then you have rest and rejuvenation, 19. All right. And then at the back of the deck, we have, 7th chakra archangel Uriel. So that's the crown chakra energy. She's wearing a beautiful crown. This is a beautiful, intuitive, very psychic card. Okay. We're going to look into this and see what we need to know real quick. And then we're going to pull some cards. 45, 19, 41, 9, 10, 5. Interesting. I feel like there's possibly a connection with this archangel, possibly. There's a feminine energy connecting with a masculine, but the feminine energy is more psychic and spiritual. It's like, I feel like there's a man here who is recharging themselves or being recharged by a feminine energy that is not physical in nature. So it's like there's a man here who is finally getting to rest, which is creating an openness emotionally. Okay. That is interesting. Okay, let's see what this is about. We have rest and rejuvenation, relaxation, and meditation. Now, it says this card shows a man in a meditative and tranquil state. So that's what I'm saying. The message here is that it's time to relax. You may have been busy lately, but you should soon be finding more time to just let go. When you do, allow yourself to go within and open up to the peace and wisdom that are vibrating there. This card upright indicates that there should be more leisure time for you now and more of an opportunity to engage in peaceful thinking. So make it a priority. Your connection to spirit brings great assistance, but it can only be achieved through regular relaxation and meditation, whatever that may mean to you. It doesn't have to be you sitting here with your legs crossed going on. It's just whatever that rest and rejuvenation and relaxation and meditation means to you. Now is a great time to make sure you insert this gentle activity into your daily life. In many ways, this is far more productive than unceasing action. Somebody's feeling inspired to rest. I feel like this is a man who's been running, going, constantly moving without any type of like break in the activity. And this could be a situation where, circumstances, whether you want to call it God, spirit, source, divine intervention, the universe, or just circumstances, situations are kind of forcing this man to rest or relax when he hasn't been able to do so up until this point. Now, man holding a heart says a male dealing with family, love, or emotions, possibly all three. Now it says this tender man sits with flowers all around, holding a heart in his hand. For a man, this signals a greater clarity about emotions and their purpose in life. Shout out to all my masculines watching. Okay, there are people who are here for you. I don't know who I'm talking to, but there are people who are here for you. There's energy in the atmosphere that is welcoming you to, I feel, detach from what is expected of you and attach yourself to what you feel is authentic for your life. Okay. So again, this is a tender man who is sitting with these flowers all around, holding a heart in his hand. For a man, this signals a greater clarity about emotions and their purpose in life. And it says there could be a more balanced approach to family and love at this time, even if these have been confusing experiences for you in the past. For some, this card upright could signal the presence of a new man in their life, one who tends to be more thoughtful and aware. I was trying to think about the right adjective to describe this man, but thoughtful is a good adjective. It says whether or not this man is a love interest or a friend, he brings a high intention to help where personal projects, family, or home issues are concerned. So even for some of you who may be men or masculine energies, this could be a man who's helping you kind of like rest or recharge or get your life into focus, like someone who's a role model, I would say, or like a mentor or someone who you can look up to, who's kind of been through what you're going through and can speak to the emotions that you may be experiencing. For some of you guys, this could be, I'm getting like a teenager or an early like 20-something year old male who has someone who they can look up to. This is not inappropriate. This is like a coach or a father figure or a big brother, somebody who they can kind of like be free to share their emotions with in situations that they don't feel intimidated by or unsafe. I was watching a video on social media that's coming to mind where this young man so courageously, and he was a young black male, and he was explaining how he can't really talk to his mom about like certain emotions that he's going through and things that he's feeling and things that he's experiencing with his friends. I think he experienced like the passing of an important friend or somebody in his life where he couldn't he felt like he couldn't talk to the women around him about these things, and he felt like he didn't really have anybody to turn to. And this group that another black man, a grown man, was orchestrating had all of these young teenage boys kind of like sitting in a circle talking to each other about how they feel and supporting each other in those conversations. And when this young man was explaining how he felt and the things that he was going through emotionally, they applauded him. They clapped for him. He broke down in tears. He was very viscerally feeling like the things that he'd been going through, and you could tell that he was expressing it, and it was allowing him to remove this gigantic weight that was on his shoulders by just being able to sit with other young men and older men who were mentors to talk to about how he's feeling, and honestly feel like somebody understood him without being judged or without being told to man up or tighten up or stop crying or whatever. And I thought that was really beautiful. And it feels kind of like similar to this energy that I'm feeling in this reading. But I also feel this feminine like reference point, or this kind of like feminine energy that's angelic, because you have underneath the rest and rejuvenation Archangel Ariel, and you have Archangel Uriel. So second chakra and seventh chakra, your sacral and your crown. So it's like this core motivation or inspiration or desire to rest, to slow down, to recalibrate. This is because a cycle is coming to an end. Some type of cycle is coming to an end, either for men collectively as a group or for this particular man that's coming up in this reading. But it feels like there's a dynamic here with age where one of the masculines, there could be two masculines, but one is older and one is younger, and one is acting as a mentor and one is like the mentee. It could be just one person, but I was kind of getting that vibe as well. So it may be different for each of you, where some of you are dealing with a masculine who's kind of like feeling the archangels around them. They're feeling the spiritual energy around them that's kind of motivating and inspiring them to tap into that more sensitive side of themselves, or tap into a more calm, relaxed version of their reality, which I feel like is helping them be more open to emotions that they may have pushed aside or quickly like tried to remove. I feel this is a man who didn't want to feel something or didn't want to deal with something emotional. But now it's like whoever this is becoming more thoughtful or becoming more sensitive without feeling like I just heard something without feeling gay, I guess. I feel like this could even be a man who maybe has had some issues or contemplations about their maybe sexuality for some of you, but that's not everybody. That's maybe only a few of you. Or they were taught to feel like tapping into these emotions or feeling their feelings was gay. Gay. Gay, gay, gay. You remember that meme? Anyway, I've been trying to be serious, but my sense of humor. Gay. Okay. Let's see. What is this about? Oh, I was supposed to set this timer. Oh, well. Let's see what this could be about for some of you guys. You may be kind of like thrown off at some level of sensitivity that you could be receiving from a masculine. What is this about for the collective? Why is this message coming up, Spirit, for the collective at this time? Why is this message coming up for the collective? Intimacy, passion coming into union, chemistry, missing you. So somebody could be missing y'all. Uh-oh. Intimacy, closeness, the wintertime, child. High value, the Empress, beautiful, sexy, abundant, and confident. And then we have deuces, fed up, cutting ties, walking away. Somebody's plan didn't work out, okay? This high value, kind of like feminine high priestess energy is at the bottom. And then we have deuces at the back. Uh-oh. Okay, all right. But then look, under the high value card, we have planning and egg on their face, which says text, phone call, meeting up. Egg on their face says ashamed, backfired, got caught. So someone's plans backfired. There's a person here whose plans have not worked out the way that they thought, and I feel like it has to do with this feminine energy. This feels like a masculine who is coping with or trying to make peace with or find some type of resolution to a situation or a plan that didn't go the way they expected it to go. Something that didn't go in their favor, or something that they kind of thought was going to have like a scheduled time frame, scheduled checkpoints. The checkpoints weren't reached. And it feels like it's because something backfired when it comes to their plan. Okay. And I feel like it has to do with getting close to this feminine energy. All right. It could be a situation where, you know, because it kind of feels like with the plan and the whole egg on their face thing and not reaching the checkpoints, it feels like whoever this masculine is kind of had an idea that something was going to go a certain way at a certain time. You know, kind of like how we as human beings are like, hey, by the time I'm 30, I'm going to have a house and a career and be making such and such amount of money. Then it doesn't happen. And somebody cut it off, fed up, cutting ties, walking away. Okay. What deck do I want to use, chap? Let's just use this one. My little space heater keeps turning on and off. Y'all be sure to like the video, okay? Let's see, what is this about? Show me the situation, Spirit. I feel like this masculine is being forced to kind of slow down and pay attention to why a plan didn't work out the way that they thought. This masculine wants intimacy, or they want some type of tender, close, intimate connection with a person. And I'm not talking about like sex. I'm talking about like someone who wants to feel a strong bond with someone because they want a partner, or they want a confidant who they can depend on, who they can trust, who they can open up to, who they can be vulnerable with. It feels very innocent, to be honest with you, despite who you may think this reading is about or what you feel like they did. What is the situation, Spirit? Ooh, I told you. A confidant. Somebody wants to confess. I'm literally getting like, isn't that the Catholic Church? Ooh. Confession. These are my confessions. Just when I thought I said all I can say, my chick on the side said she got one on the way. These are my confessions. Man, I'm throwed and I don't know what to do. I guess I gotta give you part 2 of my confessions. If I'm gonna tell it, then I gotta tell it all. Damn near cried when I got that phone call. I'm so thorough, I don't know what to do but to give you part 2 of my confessions. Ooh. Now this gonna be the hardest thing I think I ever had to do. Got me talking to myself, asking how I'm gonna tell you about that chick on part 1 I told y'all I was creeping with. Says she's 3 months pregnant and she's keeping it. Anyway, this could be a Taurus, maybe a Libra, I don't know. This could be someone who's married, someone who wants a commitment like marriage. This is about a commitment or the opportunity to make a commitment. Ace of Pentacles. And then the Four of Swords. Someone's marriage could be coming to an end, or a relationship could be coming to an end, or the way this person thought something would go. I'm telling you, a plan did not work out the way somebody thought. The boxes were not checked. The checkpoints were not met, or something was not reached. And now it's like there's no communication. There's consistent silence. Or someone is very committed to their peace. Let's see. Yeah, it's like all of a sudden, yeah, Six of Swords after the Four of Swords. All of a sudden, it's like the door was slammed. I'm getting that because the Chariot is under the Ace of Pentacles. It's like somebody just knew something was going to move forward. It's kind of like a person proposing to someone and then not getting a response, or kind of like seeing an opportunity and then bam, the door slams in their face. What's this Hierophant? Yeah, but it was because they were moving too fast. Knight of Wands just was slipping around in the deck. What's this Hierophant? The Knight of Pentacles. Slow and steady wins the race. But someone was moving too quickly. Someone rushed into a situation, or they moved too fast. It's like Spirit is sitting somebody down or forcing someone to sit down. See, Knight of Wands, Knight of Pentacles, and the Star card. Somebody was moving too quickly. And if they would have slowed down, they would have seen, I feel like they would have seen the right option or the right opportunity, or they would have noticed the right time for something. Somebody's timing was off. You may have felt like you and a person's timing was off, like it was never the right time. Ooh, another song. Never the right time to say goodbye, but we know that we gotta go our separate ways. And I know it's hard, but I gotta do it. And it's killing me, but it's never the right time to say goodbye. And I know your heart is breaking. And 1,000 times I found myself asking, why? And I just got over a cold, y'all. So anyway, it doesn't matter. It's hard to say this. So somebody's trying to tell you something that is difficult for them to say, because both of those songs talk about revealing something or speaking about something that's difficult to speak about. Why am I taking so long to say this? Cause trust me, girl, I never meant to crush your world, and I never thought I would see the day we grow apart. But I gotta know, how do you let it go when you just don't know what's on the other side of the door when you walk it, bitch? Listen, nothing is a coincidence over here. Don't even play with me. Talk about. And everything I tried to remember to say just went out my head. But I'm going to do the best I can to get you to understand. Because I know. Somebody was rushing and they got slowed down. But I feel like because these two knights are facing in different directions, it's like somebody thought that one door was the right door. And maybe even they walked through it. But then it got slammed in their face, or something backfired in their face. It's like when you rush to make a decision, or you rush to jump into something, and then you're slowed down. It's like, oh, something is working out over here. It feels like a decision that somebody had to make. They had to make a decision, and because they didn't take their time to make the decision, the door got slammed in their face. Now, this could be a person who chose someone else over you. If this is like a love reading, definitely feels very, lovey, emotional. And they may have chosen the wrong person, and then by the time they realized it, the other option, which could possibly be you, may not be available. The door possibly has been closed. One more card for this Hierophant. Somebody needs to slow down though, or they like literally have been forced to slow down because whatever their plan was or however they thought something was going to go, it didn't go that way. What's the Hierophant? One more card for the Hierophant. Six of Wands, which was underneath the Knight of Wands. Yeah. It's like Spirit is trying to get this masculine, or you as a man, or a man that you guys could be connected to, affiliated with, associated with, to slow down and pay attention. This could also be someone who's realizing or paying attention to the fact that maybe their life is kind of like slowing down, or they prefer to have a slower, more steady, consistently paced life. I feel like someone is going from living in the fast lane to wanting to kind of have more consistency in their life. Like, they don't want unexpected things to be popping up. They don't want drama. They don't want to have to constantly deal with like unexpected problems. Knight of Cups, good Lord. And the Eight of Swords. So many knights. So somebody has a message for you. They could be proposing something or offering you something. There's the strategy. Seven of Swords. And then the Eight of Swords at the back of the deck with the Six of Wands. Yeah. In somebody's mind, this was going to work out. In this person's mind, they envisioned victory. They envisioned success. They envisioned possibly you accepting an offer being accepted. They envisioned a win. They envisioned getting a yes. Or they felt like an offer was too good to pass up or refuse. But then I feel like they started getting anxious. They rushed the situation. It's like everything that they planned went out the window because there was some type of fast movement or possibly even carnal behavior. Child. Or they felt like they were trapped in a situation, but they really weren't. And they should have just taken their time. I really feel like somebody was being reckless and that backfired, or they were being reckless and that ended up messing up their plans, or they didn't think before they acted, or they tried to rush and move too quickly. And that caused something to slow down. It's like you can't force a situation. I feel like that could have been what was taking place. And Spirit was like, hey, you need to slow down and pay attention to what's going on. I feel also that some of you guys watching this, you're going to have a win. Like, generally speaking, for some of you guys, this situation is like a win for you, or something is working out in your favor. But it's kind of like maybe you don't know that it is because it's happening behind the scenes, or it's like it may not feel like a win for you. It kind of feels like somebody's getting what they wanted, but then they don't. It's like they don't want it anymore. What is this Deuces card with the fed up? And then Chris Brown made the song Deuces, I'm moving on to something better, better, better. No more trying to make it work. Something is going on. Somebody is trying to say what they are struggling to say. They don't have the words to say. It's difficult. There's someone who's saying goodbye to a person and wanting to move on to something or someone better. But the confession song was about making something right after making a mistake. It's so weird. It feels like that's the dynamics. What's this Deuce's energy with fed up, cutting ties, and walking away? What's this Deuce's fed up, cutting ties? Ooh, King of Wands. So the King of Wands is fed up cutting ties. They ready to cut it off and move on to something better. Two of Wands. I'm telling you, I knew it was about a decision. Ooh, and the Five of Swords. They expect backlash. They know that whatever decision that they're making is going to create some type of backlash or issues or problems for them because people are going to disagree with their decision. They expect the Five of Swords. They expect to have to fight for something, or they expect to really face opposition. People who are going to leave them behind. People who are not going to support them anymore. And the Tower, oh. So the Tower hit and it forced someone to make a decision. They knew the Tower was coming though, intuitively. I feel like somebody confirmed it. Maybe you confirmed. Somebody told this person, like, hey, the way you moving eventually is going to fall apart. You see what I'm saying? Somebody said they spoke on some truth, but it was like maybe hidden or very much so mysterious. This could be a prediction someone made, you made, another person made to you. But this Queen of Swords knew because their intuition was confirmed. Somebody's intuition was confirmed about a Tower that was coming, and maybe they tried to warn this person that they were going to eventually have to make a choice or make a decision. I feel like maybe somebody walked away from this King of Wands because this King of Wands possibly was in this Five of Swords energy where they wanted to have their cake and eat it too. Maybe they didn't want to face their intuition head on or what they were feeling or what people were telling them. I don't know. Honestly, it feels like to me though, intuitively, either this person knew that whatever they were going to do, whatever they were going to say was going to cause a problem and they were going to have to fight or, stand alone. Cheese stands alone. Or they knew something was going to happen because somebody told them. And then instead of like listening to that person, following their intuition, they kind of wanted to have their cake and eat it too. So I don't know which applies specifically for each of you. Let's see. What's this King of Wands? Bitch, not the Tower came out. Yes. So the Tower confirmed something that this person already knew was going to happen or that they were told was going to happen. Or somebody, I don't know. I feel like the Tower confirmed something, whatever this Tower is. Or all of a sudden this person had like an epiphany or some type of breakthrough. Yeah, and I'm not sure if they followed their intuition or listened to their intuition and made the right decision and then their decision was confirmed, or if the Tower was confirmed after this person went against their better judgment. I don't know which one it is. Yeah, Nine of Swords, Two of Wands. It's like something happened. Whatever this, I'm going to clarify it, but Nine of Swords, Two of Wands again. It's like, oh my God, I'm worried I'm going to have to make this decision. I don't know. It's like having to take a leap of faith, having to jump out of the tower before you get pushed. That's what it looks like to me. Somebody got pushed if they were too afraid to jump on their own. Metaphorically, of course. And it's like, oh my God, I'm afraid. I'm afraid to take this leap of faith. I'm afraid to jump. I'm afraid to pull the, proverbial trigger on this. I'm afraid to talk to somebody about this. And maybe they didn't. Maybe they didn't tell the truth. Maybe they didn't speak on whatever this is. And then it blew up. They were too afraid to have a conversation. Some type of conflict was going on. Or a disagreement. and they knew something was going to backfire or blow up in their face. The reason why I say that somebody went against their intuition or they didn't listen is because of that egg on their face card. But the Tower is like the confirmation that showed a person what decision they need to make. What's the Tower? The Queen of Wands. This could be a father, mother, and a child. Page, Queen, and the King of Wands. Ten of Pentacles, a family dynamic, a family situation, and the Eight of Wands. Somebody is a rat. Somebody's trying to get into the cookie jar or get into the money. Somebody's a pest or a nuisance. Eating through money, spending too much money. Possibly family members. This could also be someone coming into some type of money. Yeah, because the Five of Pentacles, Wheel of Fortune, and the Ten of Pentacles. Whatever this decision was, whoever had to make the decision, they were inspired or guided to make a decision to help someone, possibly to change their fortune, to create a positive shift in their life. Or somebody made a decision and it took them from a position of lack to a position of wealth. Elevated their status, elevated their family, their lineage. Or someone was confident that a situation would change. It feels like this Queen of Wands was confident in whatever they were communicating, whatever they were saying, whatever was going on in the situation. They knew something to be true, or they knew that something was going to happen that shifted the reality of the situation from a position of lack to a position of abundance. And they said as much. One more card for the Tower. The Six of Cups. The Three of Wands. So what's the Six of Wands? Ten of Pentacles. See what I'm saying? Maybe you don't. It could be confusing as hell. Maybe it's not your reading. I don't know. Maybe you don't know this is going on. Hangman. And the Justice card. Ooh. I just heard trying to avoid the Hangman's noose. Somebody might have to come up off a lot of money. Somebody could definitely have to come up off of a lot of money here. This feels like a family that's being blown apart or destroyed because somebody said goodbye, or somebody had some type of scandal or something possibly come out. Possibly this is a divorce as well with the Justice. What is the Knight of Pentacles? The Queen of Pentacles. Wow, King of Cups and the King of Pentacles. What is going on? I feel like this family drama. King of Pentacles, Cups, Wands. Queen of Wands, Queen of Pentacles. We saw the Queen of Swords. But we're missing the King of Swords and we're missing the Queen of Cups. This is the man holding a heart. It's about people. It's like a bunch of people. Four of Wands with the Queen of Pentacles. It's like somebody's relationship, their marriage, their family. Feels like somebody blew up their spot. Or they blew it up themselves. Ten of Wands. Four of Cups. A relationship was a burden. Or somebody was carrying the full load of the relationship or a connection. And they didn't want it no more or something like that. Somebody was going to like suffer a heavy loss. Ace of Cups. Ooh, child. Queen of Cups. There she go. And the Eight of Cups. Ooh. Ace of Cups, Queen of Cups, Eight of Cups. And I did this over the Hierophant. Ooh. That's 10 cups. That is 10 cups right there. And this feels like it's been something that's happening over a period of time or a course of time. Damn. This is crazy. So what's the point? What's the point? What's the point of all of this? Ooh, the Queen of Swords. Somebody about to speak up. Somebody's about to say something. And it's a feminine energy. A woman. Possibly Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. The only major arcanas out here is the Tower and the Hierophant, which is Scorpio, Taurus, Libra. So it could be a Scorpio or a Libra, maybe a Taurus. The High Priestess and the Magician. Somebody's going to tell a secret or somebody's going to put something out on Front Street, and whoever this magician is don't want that to happen. Wheel of Fortune is under the High Priestess. I feel like if your intuition is telling you that you need to say something or talk about something that's hidden or communicate intuitively with somebody, tell somebody something. The point of this is that somebody's intuition is telling them to speak up. And this magician here doesn't want that to happen. Two of Swords. The heck is going on? Or somebody's trying to manipulate a narrative. Make people, I almost stuttered, make people disbelieve what somebody is saying. The Moon. Yeah, it's a secret. Somebody's going to tell the secret. What's hidden is going to come to the light because the Queen of Swords is going to say it. Knight of Swords, Three of Swords. This could even be like, I don't know if it's about children or about family per se, but it kind of feels like there are people who are related, like a family dynamic here involved where there's children. There's at least 2 children here. There's couples, people in relationships. It feels like there could be several different couples. We saw the King and the Queen of Pentacles. We see the King and the Queen of Wands. We saw the King and Queen of Cups. We just haven't seen the King of Swords. So I'm not sure exactly like who's involved, but it feels like a family situation, possibly family secrets. Why all of this is happening, I feel is because somebody told a secret or they said something secretly that everybody don't know about that could be a lie. Like somebody secretly lied or somebody secretly told the truth about what lies were being told. I feel like there's a person here who doesn't want someone to say something. They don't want something to be discussed, or they don't want a secret to be revealed. Hermit. It's hidden information that a Queen of Swords has that they are going to divulge or expose because their intuition is telling them that they need to say it. It's either a Cancer, a Virgo, a Scorpio, an Aquarius, Libra, or a Gemini. Temperance and the Death card. Wow. Somebody's finding out who the snake is hidden in the grass. I feel like there was also somebody here who was trying to scare somebody out of speaking the truth or manipulate the narrative or make someone be, disproven or make people disbelieve whatever someone is saying. Spirit is bringing this information together. It's like, I'm telling you, there's a force that is outside of everybody involved in this situation's control that is bringing the information together so that a change can take place. Well, I guess it's more like this. They're bringing the pieces of the puzzle together so that a change can take place. Somebody could have also been afraid that a person will find out the truth about what they've done in the dark, or they were afraid that whatever was done in the dark would come to the light. Is being balanced out through investigation or information that's being relayed or received or delivered, but it feels like it's by this Queen of Swords. I also feel like someone could be changing their story. They lied before, but now they're changing their tune, or they're changing their story. What's the advice for the collective? Ooh, Ace of Pentacles reverse, which came out with the Hierophant at the beginning. Page of Pentacles and the Queen of Cups. Something could be potentially a bad opportunity, or something has the potential to possibly make someone miss an opportunity, or it appears someone missed an opportunity. What's the Ace of Pentacles reversed for the advice, though? Ooh, excuse me. Rejection, Four of Cups, disappointment. Somebody's disappointed because they missed an opportunity, or someone will be disappointed that they missed an opportunity. I feel like this could be a situation where you guys are being urged or advised to speak up. There's the King of Swords and the chariot with the Page of Swords underneath it. I don't know what this is. It's like someone is making a decision too quickly, or someone needs to slow down and pay attention to the details of a situation in order to make the right choice, because it kind of feels like someone is going to hastily reject something or hastily turn something down, and they're really going to feel bad because they missed an opportunity. Nine of Swords And the Justice card. So this is justice, or this is what someone wanted, or this is how a situation was meant to turn out. There could also be someone who's just not going to speak up or not going to say anything because they fear rejection. However a situation transpires, or whatever the outcome of a situation is going to be, it's going to be what's meant to happen. It's going to be justice because, like, for example, if you or someone else misses an opportunity that's actually a good opportunity because you rushed and made a hasty decision, or because you didn't think something through, or because you were too afraid to do something, it's like you're going to get whatever comes from that decision, right? If someone is afraid to speak up, or they're afraid to reach out, or they're afraid to say what they actually think, or say how they really feel, or say what's on their heart or on their mind, then ultimately the result, it's not like what's fair, it's not karma, it's not any of that bullshit. It's like that's just the result of what happens in a situation because of someone's decision. Someone has a right to fear rejection. Someone has a right to be afraid that a situation is going to turn out the way it's always turned out. It's like someone is justified or validated or valid in their hesitation or trepidation about saying yes to something or accepting something, because the history of a situation, or the way something has transpired, or the consistent theme that's gone on in this storyline is that there's like disappointment, or something doesn't work out, or it's never actually the truth, or there's constantly lies being told, or there's manipulation going on. The Lovers and the Temperance again. But this is something major. Like, this is a big decision. This is a big choice. I also feel like there's like a higher power or a higher energy that's drawing two people together, or that's bringing situations together for there to be clarity or understanding in a situation. It's like, dang, somebody's got to actually see what's been going on in order to understand what's been going on. And it's like the universe is transpiring and moving things around to get somebody to see clearly, whether it was their own, I want to say impertinence or impotence. I don't know what the right word is. Whether it was someone's own behavior that basically cut off their nose to spite their face, or whether it was like somebody being lied to and secrets being kept from them and information being misconstrued or omitted. Whether it was their own doing that caused the problem, or whether it was somebody else manipulating them into confusion, someone needs to know the truth or have clarity about what's been going on behind the scenes. And the only way for that to happen is for things to happen the way that they're happening. I feel like somebody is going to choose the person or the situation that they feel the safest in emotionally. They're going to choose the person or the situation where they feel like they can safely be vulnerable, kind of like the story that I described with that young man. That could be the advice for some of you guys, to be honest. It feels like the advice could be, if you like weigh the pros and the cons, or if you kind of combine your total experience with a person together and everything that you've been through, if you ultimately feel unsafe, or if you ultimately feel unheard, or if you ultimately feel like your vulnerability is rewarded with treachery, Spirit is saying, hey, this may not be an opportunity that's good for you or in your best interests. That could be how somebody feels about you guys. That could be how you feel about them. That could be why the door is closed, or somebody is finally chucking them deuces up. Because they feel like there's been a track record of, I want to say abuse, but it kind of feels like a track record of being vulnerable and then having that vulnerability thrown in their face. You know, being open and then targeted by someone who uses that openness or uses that vulnerability against that person. Anything else that the collective needs to know? Graduation day, leveling up, lessons learned, acquired wisdom. So some of you guys are leveling up because you've learned a lesson. Some of you guys are turning down an opportunity because you feel like it's bad. If you feel like it's bad or you feel like something, that's the advice. It's like Spirit is like, hey, I don't really give a fuck about none of that other shit you talking about. If you feel like something is a bad decision or a bad choice, or you just don't see it as beneficial, you know, truly beneficial or good for you, and you say no, that's like, hey, you leveled up because you're like, I'm not going to just settle or accept any old thing. Snack says obsession, physical attraction, sex appeal. Ooh, and sneaky link, hidden lover, low-key situationship, side piece. Oh, yeah. Somebody may want to elevate you from a side piece to a main. And you might be like, hey, listen, love it that you've, opened up your heart. Love it that you feel these emotions and you're allowing yourself to feel. Love the fact that you are finding yourself emotionally and balancing your masculine and feminine energy, whether it's a man, woman, I don't give a fuck who it is. Whoever you are watching, you could be like, yes, great. Congratulations. Love this for you. But this is possibly too little too late, or it's like, hey, I don't fault you for feeling how you feel and, upgrading yourself to a place where now your emotions are more robust. But maybe whoever this person is who's having that realization kind of made the realization, but didn't really think through the dynamics of the connection that you guys have already shared or what's already gone on. Like, this could even be a situation that's completely platonic. It could be between you and your family members, you and your parents, possibly you and your estranged children, because just like children decide not to deal with their toxic parents, some parents have to decide not to deal with their toxic children. Some siblings have to decide not to deal with each other because one is trying to do the right thing and the other one just keeps fucking up. This could be an ex-husband, ex-wife, baby mom, baby dad, mom, dad, kid, brother, sister, whoever, friend. It's like, hey, now that you're moving forward, like you guys are watching someone move forward and you're saying to this person, energetically, now that you're moving forward to this next phase of your life where you're more mature and you've got your shit together and you're seeing life through a new set of eyes and, all of this great stuff is happening. It doesn't mean that now that you feel I'm worthy of being elevated to a more permanent, consistent, committed position, that I actually want to be in that position. That's kind of the vibe that I'm getting from a lot of you guys, especially if somebody kind of, especially if you guys were made to feel like an afterthought or a second best or side piece or convenience, right? It's like somebody treated you like McDonald's or Burger King on Sunday when Chick-fil-A was closed. They wanted Chick-fil-A. They chose Chick-fil-A on every other day but Sunday. And the only reason why they didn't go to Chick-fil-A on Sunday is because they were closed. So you may be graduating from that and moving forward from that. You're graduating from immature connections. Somebody wants a sneaky link to be long term. Somebody wants for whoever they've been dealing with quietly or secretly or silently to be a more permanent part of their life. But to be honest with you, if you are that person who's been considered the side piece or the sneaky link, I don't think y'all are going for it. And I feel like that's why the Deuces card is there. What's this graduation day? Somebody could be graduating from school. Wow. Okay, so graduation, Death card, Sun card with the Wheel of Fortune on it in this deck, the Four of Swords and the Three of Swords. So someone's strategy to illuminate the truth but not fully tell the truth. I don't know, it didn't work. Three of Cups, Four of Pentacles. Three of Cups, Three of Swords. There's definitely pain that's being healed. There's healing here with the Sun and the Four of Swords. Because it's like something was very painful. Somebody could be celebrating. I feel like the graduation day is indicative of you or someone else celebrating this evolution of healing. This moving past the negative. This moving forward from some lie or some painful situation, a breakup or a hardship. Finally being able to, hang it up, put it to rest. There may be more things that you could have said, but you don't feel it's necessary to say. It's like a lie that was told is being illuminated, but it's not being spoken about. It feels weird. It's like somebody was trying to avoid telling the truth of a situation, or they wanted to avoid something coming to the light because now they've changed or they've healed. I feel a combination of those things, right? I feel like you could be finding out what the lie was or what the secret was or what someone omitted, what they did not say. There's still, I feel, things that someone is not going to say or information that someone is still going to leave out in this situation. Let me get an angel answer for advice, because this reading took a lot longer than I thought it would, but it's all cool. There could also be someone who saw you as like side piece material. I know this might sound hurtful, but I just feel like if your life is moving to another level, like maybe you were dealing with somebody in college, you graduated, you became whoever you've become, or you're becoming whoever you're becoming, right? Now that you've elevated or graduated in your own life, somebody sees you as like relationship material or marriage material now. They see you as high value. They see you as someone who they can actually like walk around with. Maybe you lost weight. I don't know what this is, but it's superficial. And either that's how somebody saw you, or that's how you used to see this person or see people, and now you're being shown another way. Like whoever's being enlightened here, it's a really positive thing. Like it's somebody who's paying attention to what the trends have been in their life, and they're making changes to like change those trends if the trends are something that they don't like. But I also feel like just because you or whoever this is makes that change doesn't mean that people are going to welcome you back in with open arms without asking any questions. It's like, the fuck? I feel like somebody's not really saying how hurt they are by something, or they're not speaking about like all the details in a situation. It's like glazing over something or sugarcoating something. It's just like, no, if we gonna do this, we gonna do this 100%. We gonna do it full out. It ain't gonna be no half-ass shit around here. I feel like a lot of you guys could find out how somebody feels about you that they haven't said. And I don't know if that's positive or negative for you. Or there's a person here who's understanding how you feel and things that you may not have said, and it could be hurtful to them. But I don't think it's necessarily a lie anymore. I feel like the truth is coming out now. No need to worry, though. Don't worry about none of this then. Improving health. Yeah, something is definitely improving with the Sun and the Four of Swords. You're going to get better. Something is going to heal. There's no need to worry about the situation. And yes, this was a weird reading. I feel like that's why I couldn't just like let it go. Maybe somebody's struggling to let something go. This could have even been, I don't necessarily feel this 100%, but this also could have been like somebody's career choice with the graduation day and like the path that somebody chose to take with their life. It kind of feels like because of the path that somebody chose, things kind of went in a certain direction, and what they may realize now that they should have been focusing on was not what they've been focusing on. And it's kind of like having that realization or that epiphany of like, this is what was important the whole time. And that's kind of what it feels. It's like somebody is realizing that they missed an opportunity in a situation where now what they really value is what they could have had, but they didn't realize that that was what was actually important when it mattered or when it counted. And now they're seeing it because they're being forced to slow down and pay attention to what is kind of like really broken or what they feel like they're actually missing in life. So anyway, I feel like y'all don't have to worry. I feel like if there's something that's been stressing you out, making you feel sick, plaguing your spirit child, I feel like you don't need to worry about it. I feel like you guys are definitely going to have some type of positive news or a yes that comes to you in your life, an opportunity. Don't be afraid of rejection. Go out there and get what you want. I hope that helped you guys. As always, be sure to like and subscribe to continue to catch the vibe. Book your reading, 20% discount. Code is in the description box, you guys. If you want to donate, Venmo, PayPal, Zelle, it's very helpful. And I will see you guys next time. Bye.